everyone, welcome to Yoga with Danielle. Go ahead and grab any props that you would like to use, especially for seated. If you want to sit on a block or a pillow or a blanket, you're more than welcome to. And we're just going to get started seated in a comfortable seated position, cross-legged. You can have the soles of your feet together, knees out nice and wide. It can even look something like this with one leg straight, one leg bent. Just get nice and comfy here. We're going to be sitting for just a little bit, okay? So first, start off with whatever you're choosing to sit on, just to kind of rock around, vibrate a little bit back and forth, so you really feel your sit bones, so you feel nice, rooted and grounded here, even if you're lifted, okay? So even if you have a little bit of support, you can still feel nice and grounded. And then we're going to place one hand on our heart and the other hand on your hand, okay? All pressing down at your heart center, and gently just start to close your eyes. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. And if you start to lose connection with the ground or your sitting bones, you can go ahead and start that vibration of rocking back and forth, shifting around is always welcome. But once you find yourself feeling really centered and rooted, pause for a moment and start to connect with your breath. Notice how your breath feels. Is it heavy? Is it light? Does it have any texture to it? As when you breathe in, is it a little bit of cooler air? And then as you exhale out, is it a little bit warmer, maybe damp? When you're ready, slowly release your hands just down on your lap. And then we'll start with the crown of the head. You can keep your eyes closed if you wish, or you can start to soften your eyes and begin to open them. And we'll make circles with our head in just one direction here. And take your time just exploring the areas that feel tight, that maybe need a little extra attention. Start to notice how your shoulders feel here as you're moving and circling your head around. Ooh, I got a little crack there. Maybe you get a crack, maybe not. And then we'll reverse the circle. And again, as we're going in the opposite direction, just notice how this side feels. Spend some time on those areas that feel a little tight, need a little extra attention. There's no reason to rush around in any of these poses. We want to take the time to really explore and discover what and how and why our body is the way it is, okay? And then we really get to focus on that self-care, okay? So all this should feel like a nice massage, even if we're doing poses that maybe are a little bit harder or bear some weight, okay? We still want everything to feel really therapeutic. Great. And then when you feel ready, you'll bring your head back in line with your spine, and we'll gently just look from left to right, just side to side, nice and slow again. Notice how this feels. Are there any cracks, kinks, popping? Notice your shoulders. Okay, great. And then again, even out as best as you can. Bring your head back to the center. And then we'll bring our left ear to our left shoulder. And then we'll take the right hand, we'll place it down by our side here, reaching out a little bit away from you. So you can keep your fingertips rooted onto the ground, or you can start to flex through the hand, pressing the palm of the hand away. All right? Either one, okay? You can start to add this left hand, bring it on top of the side of your face here for a little added extra weight, okay? And again, you can play with any variations you want to take. Is it necessary for you to bring your hand up? Okay, are you leaning? Are you falling into the pose? Keep sitting up nice and tall. Keep lengthening and finding space. Okay, great. And then slowly release that top hand, and then bringing your head back in line with your spine, and we'll switch to the other side. Right ear to right shoulder, left hand reaches out, and again, fingertips can stay down or pressing the heel of your hand away Good, and then again, adding that right arm only if necessary, and know that this side might need something different, and honor that. You don't have to do this exact same thing. Okay, I want this to feel good for you. I want this to feel like it's honoring what your body needs in this moment, and for each side. Now, each side is different. Good, let's stay for a few more deep breaths. Notice if you're leaning, can you sit up a little bit taller? Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, release that top hand, bringing your head back in line with your spine. Good. Now pressing through the palms of your hands, reaching your arms out nice and wide out to the sides here. And again, keep sitting up tall, drop your shoulders down. Keep flexing through your wrists, spread your fingers out wider. Go ahead and we'll fold in one finger at a time to make a fist. Go slow. Pinky finger folds in, ring finger folds in, middle finger folds in, index finger folds in, thumb. Then press your knuckles down and press through the backs of your hands. Keep breathing, keep sitting up nice and tall. Feel like you're pressing the walls away, the furniture away from you. Good, let's stay for 2 more deep breaths. Nice full deep breath in and out. Good, last one, inhaling in. Exhaling, releasing your hands. Give them a nice little shake out. Good. Shoulders roll up by your ears and then squeezing your shoulder blades down, rolling your shoulders down your back. Shoulders lift up by your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to roll them back down. Good. A few more rounds just like this, just shrugging your shoulders back and rolling them forward and back. Okay, great. Okay, good. From here, we're going to extend this left leg out nice and long, and we'll keep this right foot connected into the left inner thigh. So instead of having your left leg straight out in front of you, you'll have it a little bit off to the side here, and still able to sit up nice and tall on your sit bones, even if you are still lifted up on a block or pillow or blanket, okay? So still want to make sure you're not leaning off to one side. You want to be really grounded and rooted through your sit bones. Arms reach out nice and wide, and then side bending towards your straight leg. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Good, stay for the inhale. Exhaling, switching. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Good, stay rooted, stay grounded through your sit bones. Inhaling in, exhaling, releasing, and just going back and forth just a few times. Again, just to get this nice big side body stretch. Good, back and forth, nice and slow. Good, maybe you stay a little longer on the side that needs it. And we'll just do one more round towards the straight leg, and then you'll finish off towards the bent knee. And again, take your time, there's no rush. Good, coming all the way back up to seated. Arms are gonna reach up over your head. You're gonna turn to face your straight leg. Drop your hands down, frame your hands around your left leg, and then gently start to fold over this left hamstring, nice and gentle, okay? And again, really make this about dropping the head, making it nice and heavy. So we get a nice little release in the upper back here. You can even shake your head yes, shake your head no. If you want, you can keep your hands framing your leg, or you can even start to grab a hold of your foot, okay, your leg, your pants, okay. If you want to use a strap here, you're more than welcome to, but just getting a nice little stretch through the left hamstring as well as the upper back side body through the right side. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up nice and slow, and then we'll switch legs. Right leg out, left leg in, and again, sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones, arms reach out to the sides, and then we're gonna a side bend towards the straight leg, okay? So right hand down, left arm up and over. Pause here for a moment, make sure you're sitting on top of your sit bones evenly. Inhale in, exhale, release, side bending over to the left. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Good, this side's a little bit easier to cheat, right? You can kind of lift up that right sit bone, but really keep it rooted and grounded, so you're really stretching the side body. Inhale in, exhale, release, and then just going back and forth in this nice gentle side bends, going at your own pace. Staying longer, holding if you'd like. What's starting to change in your body, maybe what's staying the same, is tightness opening up a little bit more? Are you finding more space in those areas that feel a little tender? Good. And then again, we'll end stretching towards the bent knee. Rise on up. Arms back up over your head. Turn to face your right leg. Drop your hands around the right leg and then slowly start to fold forward. Nice and gentle. And again, you can round your spine here to drop your head to make it nice and heavy. So you get a nice big stretch again through that upper back. On this side, I actually feel it a little bit more in my low back here. So again, just observing where you're feeling the stretch, where you're feeling space. Good. When you're ready, you can always go a little bit deeper, or you can just hold right where you're at. Okay, good. Taking a nice, full, rounded breath. And on your next inhale, take your time and then slowly rise on up. Just get yourself preparing to come on up. Great. And then slowly bringing your legs back in, again, to a comfortable seated position your way. Okay, good. From here, we're going to reach our arms up over our head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up. Palms come together, exhaling, hands at your heart center. And then we're going to reverse this, keeping the hands together as best as you can. Arms are going to reach up over your head. Turn your palms out and then press your arms down and then bringing your hands back together at your heart center. Good. Arms reach up, palms stay together as best as you can. As you reach your arms up over your head, turn your palms out, press down, lower down, back at your heart center. One more, shooting up the straw here, spouting out, lowering the arms down, and then slowly bringing your hands back together at your heart center. Good. Inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Good. And then slowly coming into cactus arms. Good. Seal in the bottom part of your rib cage. Nice strong core. Let your elbows open up wide. So this is a nice big chest stretch here, shoulder stretch. Keep breathing. Good. Inhaling, arms reach up over your head. And then slowly we're going to move our arms into cactus, into W, squeezing in. Good. Arms reach back up over your head, going nice and slow here. Good. Coming into that cactus, then squeezing your arms in by your sides to make a W. Arms reach back up over your head. Good. Elbows come in slowly, cactus, then into W. Good. Let's do one more. Arms back up over your head. Arms lower down, cactus, W, squeeze, 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 and then slowly reach your arms back up over your head. Slowly coming into cactus arms again. From here, we're going to bring our elbows and our forearms in front of us, okay? We might make this 11 shape, okay? We might be able to squeeze our elbows and our hands together, and then we're going to open right back out. Cactus, squeezing into the 11 or squeezing your elbows and forearms together, opening back out. Good, squeezing in. Opening out, squeezing in, opening out. Let's do one more, squeezing in, opening right back out. Good, lowering your arms down. Good, we'll do a few more shoulder rolls, just nice and gentle, nice and easy. Rolling them up by your ears and sliding them down your back. Okay, great, everyone. Good. Okay, we'll add that side stretch again on our neck here. So left ear to left shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. Place your hands over your right heart center and press your hands down into your chest for a little added extra resistance here. Good. Chin's going to move down towards your shoulder, towards your chest, and then bringing your ear back towards your shoulder. Okay. And just moving through this little flow here for our head and our neck. Moving the Chin down towards your shoulder, towards your chest, and then moving your chin back to the side. Good. Just back and forth, nice and slow. Notice as you're moving through this, what's changing, what's staying the same, what's evolving, what's opening up. Good. Okay, and then when you're ready, bringing your head back to the side, and then I'm going to use my hands to kind of help lift my head back up. Okay, good. Right ear to right shoulder. Good. Hands are going to come over your left heart center, your left pec to press down to find a little bit of this resistance. Good. And then again, when you're ready, take your time. There's no rush. Just a little bit of oscillating, vibrating movement here as you drop your chin down towards your shoulder and chest and then bringing it back sideways. Good. Just back and forth. Really feeling that left side open up. How does this side feel different? Just tuning in. Great. And when you're ready, you'll bring your head back to the side. Pause for a moment, release your hands, and then you can use your hands to help lift your head back up. Good, everyone. We're going to make our way onto our backs. Nice and gentle, okay? Nice and slow. Slowly just lower down, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug here, rocking from side to side. Placing your feet down onto the mat. Feet will be about hip distance apart. Knees will point up towards the sky. We're going to move our arms down by our sides. We're going to lift our hips up, coming up into bridge pose, okay? And as we're lifting up into bridge pose here, make it really powerful. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings, use your quads, okay? Ground through your feet. When you're ready, you can walk those shoulder blades underneath you to interlace your hands behind your back or to grab the outer edge of your mat. Okay? Good. Okay, so squeezing, lifting the hips up really high. Okay? Focus on your feet. Okay, focus on how your shoulders, your shoulder blades are helping keep you lifted up as well too. Those are your anchors. Okay. Then slowly start to soften your tush. Okay, so when you release your hamstrings and your glutes, your hips will probably lower down a little bit, and that's fine, okay? So keep focusing on your feet. Let your quads, the tops of your legs, lift you up a little bit higher without engaging the glutes. Okay, it's really hard. And again, this is a pretty small movement. Might not be able to see it. Okay, but try to relax those glutes. Okay, let your structure hold you up. Good, and we're going to hold here for 5, for 4, soften the glutes, for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly lower down, nice and slow. Good, inhaling, lifting the hips back up again. Again, try to find all of the muscles, okay? Really work really hard. Find that contraction through your legs, through your shoulders and your chest and your arms, okay? Be really powerful here. Taking the bind if you'd like. Good, and then again, we're gonna soften the glutes, okay? So soften the glutes. Hips will probably lower. Good. Keep breathing. Think about the tops of your legs, your quads, lifting your hips up, and try to lift them up without activating your glutes. Ooh, it's really hard, okay? Keep breathing. Good, this time we're only gonna hold for 4. Root through your feet, soften your glutes for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release back down onto your mat. Good, we'll do one more just like that, okay? Inhaling, lifting the hips back up. Ground through your feet, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings, walk the shoulders underneath you, outer edge of the mat, interlace the hands, your choice. Breathe. Soften the glutes. Soften, soften, soften. Press into your feet. Let your quads lift your hips up a little bit higher. Keep the glutes soft. Keep breathing. Notice how strong you are. Exhale, slowly release back down onto your mat. Good, you guys. Let's come into cactus arms. Widen the feet out as wide as your mat or your shoulders, and little window wipers here, just shifting from side to side. And then from here, you'll let your knees point up towards the sky and gently knock your knees together to touch. And then just bringing your hands just anywhere on your body, rib cage, belly, hips, closing your eyes and checking back in with your breath. Your breath is a tool, so how can you make it therapeutic? You can think of your breath as like an internal massage, massaging your entire being, your entire body. Finding a little bit of release here in the low back and the sacrum. Okay, good. And then we'll slowly walk our feet together to touch, and then we'll bring the soles of our feet together, knees out nice and wide, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. And then from here, as best as you can, we're going to keep the shape of our legs, we're going to lift our feet up off the mat, okay? So feet are going to lift up, and then you're going to take your hands, and you're going to try to interlace your hands around your feet, or again, you can just grab your ankles here, and then we'll come into this stretch here, which is, a kind of another variation of child's pose, but another kind of Baddha Konasana stretch, okay? So I'm pressing my feet into my hands to really put my tailbone and low back onto the mat, so I'm not really rounded up. I want to really drop my tailbone, and then I can press my knees out to the sides to get a nice little stretch here. Good, let's just stay for another inhale. Exhale, release into happy baby's pose. Good, kicking your feet up towards the sky, and again, it can be any variation. You can grab your ankles or behind your knees, and then we'll gently just rock again from side to side, lengthening the spine down onto the mat. Good, inhaling in, exhaling, releasing your hands and your feet, lowering your feet back down onto the mat. Right ankle will cross up and over your left knee for a figure 4 glute stretch. And again, your variation, okay, right hand into the right femur bone, or you can start to fold your hips in, your legs in, by interlacing your hands around your left hamstring. You can keep your hands on your right leg if you'd like. Okay, and again, any variation, you can change it up for today. Movement, stillness, whatever will help you feel release in that right glute. Okay, nice full soft breath here. So stretching all that work we did in our bridge pose, our glutes, now we're really stretching that right side out. Again, use your breath as a tool so that your breath and the pose feels like an internal massage for you. Okay, take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, we'll slowly release back down. Good. And then go and shake your right leg out and lower it back down. And then crossing your left ankle over your right knee. And again, any variation here. Pressing the left femur bone away with your left hand. Folding in when you're ready. And know that this side is totally different. So you can do different things. Okay. Maybe this side doesn't need any movement. Maybe you find stillness right away. Okay, or vice versa. Again, just tuning in, listening to this left side. It's a whole new side. Good, nice full deep breath. Feeling this massage-like quality to your breath, this rhythmic breath. Good, just a few more moments on this left side. Good, inhaling in. Exhaling, slowly releasing everything back down. Left leg can, again, reach up towards the sky, shake it out. Good. And then from here, we're going to walk our feet out again about as wide as our mat or, as wide as our shoulders. And then we'll knock our knees in together to touch. Good. And then again, just placing your hands just anywhere on your body. Good. Noticing how your body feels now. Do you recognize space? Do you recognize parts of your body grounding into the mat here? Do you sense any release? Maybe everything feels exactly the same, and that's okay too, but really just taking the time to check in. And then we'll slowly walk our feet back together, soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Good, and again, same thing here, okay? Checking in with your body. How does it feel in this position, in this external rotation of the hips? Do you feel the weight, groundedness in different places? Do you notice space? Maybe not space, maybe, tension, tightness. Okay, just start to recognize all of those things. And slowly use your hands to help guide your legs back together to touch. And then roll onto your side, and we'll make our way up to a seated position. Go slow, take your time. Okay, good. And then, maybe for this ending, maybe don't use a prop to sit on, okay? Let's practice sitting just on the ground. And again, you can choose whatever leg position feels better for you, okay? Legs can be out, soles of the feet can be together, okay? Again, I'm going to choose to just cross my legs. We're going to take our hands. We're going to turn our palms up towards the sky, and then we're going to sit on top of our hands. So you want to slide your hands right underneath your sit bones, okay? And maybe again, kind of wiggle around a little bit. Notice where your butt bones are, okay? And just find them there, okay? Notice what happens to your spine. Maybe notice what happens to like your pelvis, okay? See if you can sit up a little bit taller. Are you leaning back? Are you leaning forward? Does this feel really uncomfortable? Okay, does it feel like relief? Okay, just kind of notice all these things, okay? See if you can roll the shoulders back, sit up a little bit taller. Can you really feel your sit bones? Okay. Your ischial tuberosities, okay. Good. Notice how your spine feels, your neck. Good, and then from here, let's slowly release one hand at a time, nice and slow. Good. And then pause for a moment, seated. How does this feel? Settled, grounded, rooted. What is your spine doing? Reconnecting back to the earth. Okay. So that we can feel more grounded and rooted on the mat. And then when our practice begins off of the mat. And we'll join our palms together at our heart center. And just for a moment, just being gratitude for your practice and showing up on your mat. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. And slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste, everyone. Go in peace. Shanti. Thank you so much.